Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2017 season. So, we had an episode yesterday, had a good couple of games. Didn't have the best result in the first game that we played. And there was just a lot of low rolls and other things that didn't go to plan. But we finished off with a win, so that's the main thing. And we're going to kind of try and continue it on today. The other things is, we haven't really featured the Tapu Koko very much. The Tapu Koko is slightly different than your standard Tapu Koko, so it'd be nice to see us feature that today. So hopefully we get on with that, but because we've really, looking at the team, we've really been playing a lot with the man, I just keep flicking through. I need to find what we're going for. League title defense as usual. Yeah, we've played a lot with the Porygon 2 and the Mudsdale, so that Trick Room kind of core with the Tapu Fini, so we haven't really utilized the Koko too much. So let's see if we can play it here, because we have our first opponent of the day, and they've got a team of Araquanid, Garchomp, Kartana, Nihilego, Tapu Koko and Hariyama. So, we've definitely got a Trick Room mode in here. I think disguising under that Nihilego, it's probably got Trick Room. We've got the Hariyama with the Fake Out support there to help it get set up, and then the Araquanid, I'm guessing, is going to be the Trick Room sweeper there alongside that Hariyama until it goes down. We're probably going to see Flame Orb Hariyama, I would imagine, and then you've got really standard Koko, Kartana, Garchomp, which are very threatening. I do like Salazzle here. It does put a lot of pressure onto the Kartana and that Koko. We do need to be careful though with the Garchomp if it does make an appearance. And again, the Mudsdale's good here, but the one drawback is that the Araquanid does threaten it very heavily with those liquidation attacks. So how are we going to set up? Because we haven't got too long on the clock. Salazzle, let's go Salazzle and Ninetales. We could go Ninetales. That's not too bad a shout, to be honest. We definitely want Mudsdale, and I think I'm going to bring Tapu Koko. We'll lock in with that. So let's see. This might not be the best fall, but I think it'll do a decent enough job. There was like two routes we could have went down there, and one of them was to bring the Ninetales, have the Mudsdale in the back in case Trick Room does go up. It's obviously good against Nihilego anyway, or we could have went full on Trick Room mode. So we're going to see our opponent lead off with the Nihilego and the Hariyama, and we're going to lead off with Salazzle and Ninetales. So what we can do, we've got a few options here. We can fake out the Nihilego, the Ninetales will probably just get faked out, then the next turn let's think, or we could fake out the Hariyama. The Ninetales could potentially take down our Salazzle though, so that is not brilliant. So I'm just going to fake out the Nihilego, and I'm going to go for an Aurora Veil with Ninetales. So we get the fake out onto the Nihilego. We do see a bullet punch though, no fake out. So it does a ton of damage, doesn't it? We do get the Aurora Veil up though. Wow. Okay. And I'm guessing maybe my opponent went for the bullet punch over the fake out because of the threat of Encore from the Salazzle. And we're going to see, yeah, the Flame Orb activate on that Hariyama. So, what we could do here is... I don't think we've got too much to... We could go for the Poisonium Z and the Blizzard. The thing is, we're going to get a bullet punch, aren't we? we're going to get bullet punched probably from the Hariyama. That's the thing. So I could just go for the acid downpour into the Hariyama slot, and actually I'm not going to do that. Oh, but I'm really stuck with what to do now. We're running out of time. I'll just try and protect with Ninetales. Running out of time. The thing is, I should have really kept the Z move for Tapu Koko when that comes in later in the game, but that doesn't make too much difference now. So we don't see a bullet punch come out here anywhere from that Hariyama, and I don't think we clicked in the protect quick enough. Talking about it too much. Hopefully we get the blizzard off. It was like my initial thought to just double in. Yeah, so we take the Hariyama right down to the wire, get a blizzard, do pick up the KO onto the Hariyama, and are we going to just see a Trick Room here from this Nihilego? But it's just a power gem into the Salazzle. It does take Salazzle down, and it will get a beast boost. Okay. So, I think here I'm going to bring in Mudsdale, because then we can instantly threaten the Nihilego. We've got to remember we still have the now this is going to be tricky if we speed tie with the Kartana here with Ninetales. We could go for the protect. I think if I go for a high horsepower into the Nihilego, it's very obvious. So one of the things we could do is just double into the Kartana with a close combat. And a blizzard. Because there's every chance it could be sashed. I think what I'm going to do is just go for a high horsepower into the Nihilego, and I'm going to go for a blizzard again. Hopefully we win the speed tie and get that off onto the Kartana before it gets an attack off. So we see the Nihilego protect, see the Smart Strike, we do lose the speed tie, which is a bit unfortunate. So we should have really doubled into the Kartana there. And the high horsepower is just going to go into that Nihilego. It's not looking too good at the minute, at all. Right, so we'll bring in Tapu Koko. And we'll get the electric terrain up. But even on +1, I wonder if we can survive a Sludge Bomb from a Nihilego. Just go for the high horsepower again into the Nihilego. And I'm going to just have to go for a nature power. So, we have nature power on Tapu Koko. Basically, for those of you that don't know, nature power works off the terrain. So electric terrain being out, it turns into Thunderbolt. If it was misty terrain, it would be Moonblast. Grassy terrain, Energy Ball, and psychic terrain, it would be Psychic. So we'll just go for this. We have to kind of hope that this is a frail Kartana and we can pick up the KO here. And we can survive the... Oh, it's Scarf Kartana. Alright. Because of the Aurora Veil, we do survive. We should be able to pick up the KO here, but we're probably going to lose Tapu Koko to the Nihilego here. Yeah, it's going to go for the Sludge Bomb. So we need to hit a high horsepower. And we're going to be in a bit of trouble if the Araquanid comes in as the last Pokemon. So there's a high horsepower. You've got to remember as well, my opponent hasn't used a Z move yet, I don't think. So if the Araquanid comes in here, it's likely that it's probably got the Hydro Vortex and we've got no protect. So, we've got Rock Slide, and that's what we'll go for. We should outspeed it. If it's minimum speed Araquanid, we should be outspeeding it. So we should get the Rock Slide off first. but I don't know how much damage it's going to be doing, and we don't outspeed it, so that takes that out of the equation. And the Araquanid does reveal that Hydro Vortex that we expected, so we'll pick up the KO. No, Aurora Veil is going to be saving us from this, and we're going to pick up a loss. I think a lot of things was wrong with this game, to be honest. I think rushing through team preview, maybe not selecting the right mode to go with here, timing out in game as well didn't help. We got away with it, thankfully, but yeah, I think we didn't really have a set game plan going into that game, so I'm a bit annoyed with myself about that. So we need to switch on a bit and make some adjustments going into the next two games to make sure that we're not getting really complacent like we had in that game. Good game to my opponent though, regardless of my thoughts on that. Yeah, it's just more down to how the whole way through from start to finish it just felt a bit rushed, but we're not making excuses. It's just, I hope just translating that across to you guys shows the importance, like from start to the very finish of every game, like that you've got to kind of make sure that you keep it on top of what you're doing and paying attention a lot more, and making sure your time management's very good, because that's something I struggle with a little bit. When I'm doing these videos, I kind of get in a tangent and I start going on about whatever's going on the screen or something else outside of this episode, and the whole time the clock's not stopping for me, it keeps going down. So it is a bit different in a tournament setting, but at the same time I would just need to reiterate the point of how important it is to make sure that you're keeping an eye on your timer and making the best use of that time to make the decisions and everything like that. So yeah, if we get that across, then it's alright. We're just waiting on our next opponent now. It is taking a bit longer than what I would expect it to. Let's go with Battle Royale music this time. So yeah. And we had a question in the comment section yesterday. Well, we'll leave that for now and we'll come back to that in a bit, because we have our next opponent and we need to utilise our time. They're running a team of Garchomp, Porygon 2, Arcanine, Hariyama, Tapu Koko and Snorlax. So there's a heavy Trick Room mode here again with the Porygon 2, the Hariyama there again for that fake out support to allow that fake out to get off, and then you've got Snorlax this time is the big bad Trick Room abuser here. Probably got curse, I would imagine, from the team makeup. It doesn't look like, it could have Belly Drum, because there's always a chance that Belly Drums, and then the Porygon 2 has that Psych Up next to it. Then you've got Arcanine with the Intimidate support, Garchomp just generally for utility, and then Tapu Koko, it's just your fast defensive threat. So again, we could lead Salazzle, but how good is it going to be? I mean, it's good for stopping the Trick Room. It's good for allowing us to get the Aurora Veil up, but then we're kind of limiting ourselves with what we want to do. I do want to bring the Mudsdale here, and I think I don't want the Tapu Koko. I think Porygon 2 is probably P2. Yeah, P2. Yeah, let's go with Porygon 2 here. It's a bit more solid. Yeah, let's lock in with it. I mean, Finny might be nice for that swagger abuse as well on our side of the field, and the heal pulse as well also helps out a lot. But I do want the Aurora Veil in this match. I think it's going to come in quite handy, just for the longevity of the Mudsdale and Porygon 2 when I get them in under Trick Room, especially if my opponent somehow reveals Belly Drum, gets it off. It'll give us some sort of leg room to kind of work around that. So we'll see our opponent lead off with Tapu Koko and the Hariyama, and we'll lead off with Salazzle and Ninetales. The Electric Shroom will get put onto the field, and this turn I'm just going to go straight for a fake out into the Tapu Koko, and again just an Aurora Veil with my Ninetales. We probably will trade fake outs here, I would imagine, like we did in the last game, but you never know, my opponent might expect something different. So I do get the fake out off with Salazzle into the Tapu Koko, No protects coming out, and then there's just a fake out there into the Ninetales. So it's a bit of a dead turn. Now we're going to see this Flame Orb on this Hariyama. No Flame Orb, so it kind of suggests that it might be Assault Vest. I'd imagine the Tapu Koko probably is going to target the Salazzle here, I'd imagine. So I'm going to bring in Mudsdale in place of that, and I'm going to go for that Aurora Veil while I still have the chance to do that. Hopefully we don't see something like Taunt come out from the Tapu Koko, and we'll preserve Salazzle till later in the game. So there's the Volt Switch, but it is actually into the Ninetales. Okay. Let's see what my opponent brings in. It's a Porygon 2. Does get an attack boost. We get the Aurora Veil up with Ninetales. And Hariyama goes for a Rock Slide. Okay. So Mudsdale doesn't mind that at all, because we'll just get a stamina boost from that. Ninetales unfortunately does go down. But this does give us a free switch into Salazzle again, or P2. But I think what I'm going to do is bring in Salazzle, and I'm going to double into the Porygon 2 with the Poisonium Z and a Close Combat, because that should be enough to pick up the KO. So we'll go for that Acid Downpour. Yeah, we'll go for that. So then imagine the Hariyama probably just go for another Rock Slide. So yeah, no Protect coming out. Imagine the P2 is probably going for that Trick Room right now. So this should do about 50 to 60%, depending on how this Porygon 2 is trained. And then the Close Combat hopefully will be enough to kind of do the rest. Hopefully. Not even doing 50%, so we're going to see an Ice Beam come out from the Porygon 2. Not going to see any Trick Room. Oh, and we get frozen. Okay. And we're going to see, what is this? The Z move from the Hariyama looks like an Normalium Z. So it's breaking it. Oh, Belly Drum. Okay, so Z Belly Drum and Mudsdale's Frozen Solid. This is not ideal at all. We can't even encore it because it was a Z move. I think I'm gonna have to hope we thaw out with the Mudsdale. The problem is this Hariyama probably has the Assault Vest. It's probably got thick fat, so I'd imagine that the overheat won't be doing too much damage to it. So our best option is going for the Sludge Bomb, just get some damage onto it and hope Mudsdale falls out. So you get this Sludge Bomb off. Is it enough? Oh, it's so close. We see a Thunderbolt come out into the Salazzle and a Rock Slide, which Mudsdale takes quite comfortably. So if we can get, considering its boosted attack of Hariyama, but if we can get, no we can't. Hariyama will go down here. But a Frozen Horse is never good. So we've only got Porygon 2 left. So we will bring it in. And Tapu Koko comes back onto the field. We're probably just going to see the we're probably going to see an Ice Beam and a Dazzling Gleam, which will be enough to take down the Mudsdale. I'm just going to cross combat into the Porygon 2 in the hope that we do Thaw and just Trick Room. So there's the Dazzling Gleam. And if we can take this Ice Beam, it's going to be... Oh, but we don't. You see a recover. Okay. We Thaw. No, we don't. We don't Thaw. But we do get the Trick Room up. I don't know what to do with Mudsdale, because we could high horsepower into the Call. Just in case we Thaw, I'll do that, and I'll just go for a return into the opposing Porygon to get some damage onto it. But situation is not looking good. But Mudsdale Thaws out, gets the high horsepower, picks up the KO onto the Tapu Koko. So that's good. If we can survive the Ice Beam from this Porygon 2, that'll be amazing. So we do get the return. It does actually decent damage. Come on, Mudsdale, just survive this. Okay, no freeze. Oh, come on! Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Oh. We had an out. We had an out there just to get taken away from us. Oh. Yeah, and I don't think there's much we can do now. We need another Thaw out, and yeah, we need to Thaw out again, and I don't think it's going to happen. So Snorlax reveals the curse. Come on, Mudsdale. Thaw out. Thaw out, please. Come on. Done it once before. Nah, of course not. There's a return. Yeah, so we'll get the... Oh, critical hit. Yeah, that's just the Ice Beam. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous! Right. So, hopefully a return will pick up the KO onto the opposing Porygon 2. And then we can kind of try and concentrate on the Snorlax, but it's not looking too hot, to be honest. But we're taking that pretty well. So let's see. We do pick up the KO on the Porygon 2. Potion. So now we need to get our own back on this Snorlax. We need to get a freeze. God, this is going to be... So Snorlax just going for curse here again. We need a freeze and we need it to stay frozen for about 8 or 9 turns, if not more. We get the Ice Beam. Oh, we do get the freeze. We do get the freeze. Alright, okay. Our Aurora Veil and the Dimension goes back to normal. So all we need to do, like I say, probably 8 or 9 is going to be more like 19 or 20 Ice Beams because of the berry as well that this Snorlax has. It's frozen solid. Okay, this might be a bit boring, guys, but stay with me because this could be the craziest game ever. We got frozen twice, we've frozen a Snorlax. Like, the RNG does go crazy a bit sometimes. So hopefully we don't see the Snorlax Thaw out. Okay. So we'll proc the berry now. And then we're going to have another 3, 4. So that's going to be about, yeah, 8 or 9 after this. Yeah. So, we just needed to stay frozen. This poor guy as well. But, I wonder if he said the same when he froze my Mudsdale. I very much doubt it. So, it's unfortunate whatever happens. Freeze is like one of the worst status conditions. So, Snorlax stays frozen. We just need, like, if we can get a crit as well, that would be so helpful right now. So there's another Ice Beam. So, I reckon 5, 6 more is going to get it. Crit, we get it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Because it's going to use recycle as soon as it falls out, so we need it not to thaw out. Okay, I reckon 3 or 4 more. 3 or 4 more? Do you reckon? What do you think? So there's another ice beam. Still frozen. Yeah, 2 more should do it. So if we can stay frozen for 1 more turn. 1 more turn, that's all we need. We should be able to get it. So there's the ice beam. Moment of truth. Oh, it might be more than 1. Just stay frozen. We might need 1 more after this. So just 1 more turn of freeze. That's all we need. 1 more turn of freeze. Unless we get a crit, obviously. And it stays frozen. So we're going to win the game. Crazy game, crazy game, crazy game, Pokemon. Yeah, my opponent just forfeits. I will just say that is very unfortunate, but you did freeze me twice in 1 game with the same Pokemon on the same Pokemon. So it's not fair, really, at all. But we take that. So a bit of an exciting game, a bit backwards and forwards, RNG going crazy, but we're going to have 1 more game, guys. Thankfully that didn't drag on as long as what I thought it might, but that will make a good thumbnail and probably a good title for the episode, so we'll go with that. Right, let's end the game on Gladian. We'll have this last one and then we'll call it a day for today. And then, yeah. We had another suggestion as well. Every time I think I've got a little bit of time, we get our next opponent and final opponent of the day, running a very cool and interesting team of Tapu Bulu, Snorlax, Pheromosa, Nihilego, Milotic and Arcanine. So we've got that infamous and on the rise ban Pheromosa core. So the ban is the Bulu, the Arcanine, the Nihilego, making a ban, and then you have Pheromosa with that, and then you take on 2 other mons. So we've got the Pheromosa and the Snorlax here. We've seen quite a bit of success from it, winning 1 regional in the US with, I think it was Andrew Novak, won with that in a recent regional over there. Jamie Boyd also piloted a very similar team to this in the Birmingham regionals that we've recently seen. He did pilot the Milotic in his team. I'm not sure if he had the Snorlax though, I can't remember his last Pokemon there, but it's not going to be easy whatever we do, but it's never easy whatever we do in Pokemon, is it? So what are we going to do? We don't have Intimidate, so we didn't need to worry about that. Trick Room. Salazzle, we're going to lead with it. I'm definitely going to lead with it. Ninetales. I don't know if I want to lead with it. I think I might lead with let's go Ninetales, let's go Mudsdale, and let's go Porygon 2. Let's stick with that Salazzle Ninetales lead. And let's play a bit smarter than we have been. My worry is that the Pheromosa and Nihilego lead. I think that's going to be the most difficult for us out of this team. So I won't be surprised if we see it though. It's such a good, strong, threatening lead. So we don't see that. We see the Nihilego and Tapu Bulu. Right. So we lead off with our Salazzle and Ninetales. Tapu Bulu gets that grassy terrain up, so we can fake out into the Nihilego pretty safely here, and we can go for that Aurora Veil with Ninetales as well, just to get extra defenses on our side of the field. And I won't be surprised if we see the Bulu maybe switch out, and possibly not though. Arcanine could come in here, be a good switch in on that side of the field. Nihilego could protect as well. Might have the sash, but it might be one of the 50% berries, so you've got to be aware of that as well. If it protects though, it plays into our hands a bit more because we can encore it next turn as long as Salazzle doesn't go down this turn. on our side of the field. So Tapu Bulu just protects, which is excellent. And no protect from Nihilego. Okay. I don't mind that too much, to be honest. And the Aurora Veil coming out. So that's just going to shore up our defences a bit. Right. Now, this next turn, Tapu Bulu is so threatened. Like, really heavily threatened. Because we can just Sludge Bomb into it. And pick up an easy kill. So it's got to switch out, right? It has to switch out. And what's likely to come in is probably the Arcanine, I would imagine. And my opponent probably wants to target down that Salazzle. So if we want to preserve the Salazzle, it's probably a good idea to just take it out and switch in. Should we bring in P2 maybe for that slot? Or Mudsdale? Let's go Mudsdale. And let's go with a substitute on our Ninetales. Just in case that Nihilego does decide to target into that slot. We have to see the fake out from that Mudsdale though. Sorry, from the Bulu, which we do, thankfully. And Snorlax making its way onto the field. So I don't mind that at all. We just get the substitute up with Ninetales. And we see a Trick Room. Okay, so that plays into our hands a lot more. Because we instantly threaten the Nihilego with our Mudsdale. So I'm pretty free to go for just a high horsepower into that Nihilego slot if I want in a Blizzard with Ninetales. Because what's to come in? Actually, we could potentially go for a heavy slam into that slot because the Tapu Bulu could come in, but then it's likely Arcanine could come in as well. So I'm just going to go for high horsepower into that slot, and I'm going to just Blizzard as well with Ninetales just to get some damage onto that Snorlax. And if the Tapu Bulu does switch in, at least we're kind of covering it. So no switch. We do see a curse come out from that Snorlax. We should be able to pick up the KO here onto that Nihilego. Mudsdale goes for the high horsepower. Does hit. Yep, and picks up the KO. So that's nice. And we get the Blizzard off. So I won't be doing too much damage, but any damage on Snorlax is good damage. And no freeze this time. So we just saw that Snorlax there go for the curse. And everything's going to heal up a little bit with this nice grassy terrain that we've got on the field at the moment. So I wouldn't be at all surprised to see the Arcanine probably come in, I would imagine. And the thing is, what I want to try and do is get Snorlax down to a point where we can bring in Salazzle again and really threaten with the Poison Z, the Acid Downpour. Right, I think here I'm kind of forced to switch out Mudsdale. I could go for a heavy slam, but yeah, I think a more defensive switch is probably better to go for. Now we could bring in the Salazzle again. We've got Fake Out next turn to take advantage of. Yeah, let's bring in Salazzle here. And I'm just gonna I was gonna protect with Ninetales, but I think we're just gonna go for another Blizzard. So hopefully we don't get doubled into. And we see a return from the Snorlax into the Salazzle, but because of the Aurora Veil we do manage to hang on. We see a Woodhammer into that slot. Okay, she's slightly unfortunate, but not the worst, because it means we do get to get this Blizzard off, and now this should put that Tapu Bulu into heavy slam range. So we can bring it back in. Hopefully it's in heavy slam range. I would imagine it probably is. I don't know. The other thing I could do is just bring in Porygon 2 and go Ice Beam. But yeah, they're probably going to be more defensive, so we should get a special attack boost if we bring in Porygon 2. So I'll do that, and then the boosted Ice Beam should be enough to take down that Tapu Bulu. And there's a special attack boost, so that's great. So this Ice Beam should be enough to take down this Tapu Bulu, and we can just go for another Blizzard with Ninetales. I see no reason to not go for this play with Ninetales. It's quite safe behind the sub at the minute, and my opponent really has to double into it to get any movement on it at all. So we see the Tapu Bulu withdraw. Going to see the Milotic come in. So that's my opponent's last Pokemon. Does get that Grassy Seed defensive boost, and Snorlax just again going for another curse. So that was another thing that Jamie Boyd was running on his Milotic, was that Grassy Seed, just to bolster those defenses of his Milotic. So we get the Ice Beam into the Milotic here, we get another Blizzard off. And we'll probably proc the berry on the Snorlax here, yeah. And the hail stops. And the grassy terrain disappears from the field. So I think I'm just going to go for a return into the Milotic, and I am just going to go for a Blizzard here, because I feel like I don't want to switch Mudsdale into any potential Scalds or anything like that, and then if the sub breaks, we can potentially get Ninetales out and bring Mudsdale in the next turn. So you see a return from the Snorlax into the Porygon 2. You see a Scald, so it's doubling up into the P2. No burn, which is nice. And we get the Blizzard, and we do hit both targets, which is really good. And the Trick Room probably will end this next turn. Yeah. Okay. My opponent really not worried about this Ninetales at all. I'm just going to go for a recover with Porygon 2. And just another Blizzard, really. I'm just scared of switching in the Mudsdale on a potential Scald. That's my only problem. So we get the Blizzard, we do hit again, which is really nice. Just chipping down that Snorlax and the Milotic at the same time. And we see a recover from the Milotic. And we'll go for a recover ourselves with P2. So this Snorlax just go for a return. I want it to hit into the Ninetales slot. Just goes for a curse though. Okay. Boosting those attacks a bit more. Right, this turn I'm going to go for a return into the Snorlax, and do I risk another Blizzard? Could potentially just go for a... Actually no, I'm not going to go for a return, I'm going to go for an Ice Beam into the Snorlax. I'm going to switch in Mudsdale now, because if anything I want to get the Ninetales back in to get the heal up and try and get an Aurora Veil up if we can. So hopefully we don't see Scald into that slot this turn. No, it's into the Porygon 2, and it does pick up the burn. which is a bit unfortunate. Do get the Ice Beam into the Snorlax. Do some good damage with that, and just a return as well. Again, into the P2. Ugh. And we lose our Porygon 2, and our Aurora Veil does go down. So we can bring in our Ninetales again. That critical hit is not great. But the Snorlax is probably... I wonder if we can get it with a Blizzard in a close combat. I'm just going to go for it. So there's the Blizzard. I think Mudsdale will be able to survive a Scald, so it's just about not getting burned, really, here. Oh, come on. This game, I swear. Yeah, and because of the curses and then the burn. And we're just probably going to see a recycle here from the Snorlax. No, just a return, it might not have cycle. Return does take it down. But things not looking too hot for us at all. I mean, it's the Milotic now that's the big problem, because we'll be able to take the Snorlax down the next turn. And we're pretty much running out of Blizzards, so we've got like one Blizzard left after this. So we need to yeah, there's not really much we can do. So why Freeze Dry would have been good on Ninetales this game. We'll just take a Scald. It's going to burn. Of course it's going to burn. Come on. There we are. Third time lucky. This Milotic's on fire. So we've got one Blizzard left. Tapu Bulu's going to come in now. There's not really any way we can win this game, I don't think. I could potentially try and stall out, but there's like, we've got nothing to hit that Milotic with after this Blizzard. So if the Bulu protects here, regardless, it might not even go down depending on how it's trained. Yeah, it's not even enough. But we do get the freeze on Milotic, but it doesn't matter because the Scald will be able to pick up the KO through that either way. But the Bulu does the job anyway. So, good game to my opponent. A bit disappointing with the critical hit onto the Porygon 2, and it looked as though that Snorlax didn't have recycle either, so slightly disappointing. And the burns didn't help obviously as well with Scald, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And a very narrow victory there and a loss for ourselves. But we're going to wrap things up there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, please leave a like on the video. It's massively appreciated and it does help the channel overall. If you're new to the channel, howdy, howdy, howdy. Do subscribe to the channel if you're not already, so you get all the updates for when new videos like this do come out. We've got the School of Hard Knocks QR code, Battlespot Double Series, so on and so on. So do that. It's always nice to welcome you into the fold, that School of Hard Knocks crew that we've got going on. So yeah, do that, guys. But we're gonna wrap things up there. I hope you've enjoyed it at least. It was a bit disappointing. We had that first game that I think was just complacency shown through and through. Game 2 was a bit crazy with the freezes everywhere, everything getting frozen. And game 3, just one of those things. Again, I don't think, you know, maybe bringing something like the Tapu Fini there maybe would have helped us a bit. We would have had at least a swagger strategy to kind of go down with the Porygon 2 to boost it, to help us just get a bit more damage onto the field when we needed it, where we were lacking a bit. And outside, the Auroville, the Ninetales didn't do too much there. I know it threatened the Tapu Bulu, and it was chipping down the Snorlax every turn, but outside of that it didn't do too much else. But I don't want to bash on Ninetales too much. It's probably just a bit of disappointment for myself. But we'll come back to this tomorrow, guys, and we'll approach it again, and we'll start again and just see how we get on. But we will be back tomorrow with another episode of the School of Hard Knocks, so do stay tuned for that. And tomorrow we'll also have an episode from, well, a team building episode with myself and my teammate from Team Leaky, Hibiki, for our preparation for our week 5 match against Team Jamie. So do stick around for that. That'll be a lot of fun. And then obviously the match this week is on Hibiki's channel, and that's going to be really fun, I think. So you guys should hopefully enjoy it, and hopefully you get another win out. But until then, guys, until tomorrow, take care of yourselves, whatever you're doing. Have a great night, evening, whatever time of day it is. And if you've got any questions, as always, leave them in the comment section below, and I will happily get back to each and every one of you. And then I'll see you tomorrow. So until then, guys, bye-bye.